Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the link and checking out my video. Today I'm going to be preparing a bacon cheeseburger. I prepare it pretty much like anybody else would, but as a C5 quadriplegic, I have to adapt and do things just a little differently. So in this video, I wanted to show you how I do those things. I start out by putting a large cutting board on my lap. This gives me a good work surface to work from. And actually, I built this maple and cherry cutting board way back in the day when I was a carpenter. Now that I've got a nice work surface, I can get the ingredients I need. I need some cheese, and I either use American cheese or shredded cheddar. And of course, we need the star of the show, bacon. And my hands don't really work. I have a Tina Desis grip. That's what I'm using to actually pick these things up. I've gotten better at it over the years, and I can't really pick this up. I can once it's in my lap. What I'll do is I'll balance it and bring that over here. And then the only thing I need now is a roll. To get the roll, of course they're in bags, and I can kind of use that same Tina Desis grip, and I'll actually wet my fingertips, and it gives me a little traction, and I can grab a little end deal there, and I can pick the rolls up. Now that I have all my ingredients, well, first I gotta pull the roll out of the bag. Kind of like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. No, not at all. And again, I can do the same thing with my hand inside. Kind of grab it. And I really like these, it's not a plug or anything, but I like these kind of rolls. They're nice and moist. That's how I get the bag sealed up. All right, here we go. I use skewers a lot to help me, and that's what I'm going to use to get this bacon off of the slices and into the pan. And I get this thick sliced bacon from Aldi's, and I get the skewer laced in my hand like so. And then what I can do is I can pick the piece of bacon off of the slab, and then I can pick it up, and I've got the pan warming, okay, and I bring it over here, and I get it set in there. Again, well, maybe I'll have to turn this down a little bit. You want the bacon to cook slowly. You don't want it to get cooking too fast, otherwise you'll burn it. At least that's my experience. And I'm just going to make I'm going to make this, what is this? There we go. I'm just going to make a couple pieces. Maybe I'll make 3. Seeing as 3 wants to come off of this. Oh, I love the smell, the sound of bacon, and of course the smell that comes with it. And you should see the camera how I have it rigged up. On my my big tripod is somewhere in storage. And since I moved, I don't have all my things, so then I can get the bacon wrapped up like that. I can put that away. Alright, alright, while the bacon is cooking, I can get my rolls prepped, well, at least part of it prepped with the cheese. And because that way I can have cheese on the roll already. And now this is a pretty good protein burger, protein meal. Yes, you could say it's high in cholesterol and whatnot, but I'm going to use about 4 ounces of cheese in total. The burger will go on here, and then and I'll put the bacon on top of the burger. Maybe sometimes I eat the bacon on the side because sometimes it's too much of a pain for me to get prepped. But at any rate, let me put this aside. And as we're working here, we're going to be keeping this bacon, keeping an eye on our bacon. We want to keep flipping it because we don't want one side to get cooked more than the other. Oh no, we want to get that side cooked. So pay attention to which sides are getting brown. Again, we don't want this to cook too quickly. I find I get it all burned. Now the idea is, right now I don't have I can't really get to the grill just yet to make burgers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grill in the bacon grease, but I'm not going to use too much. I'm not going to do too much. And this Tupperware is the kind I can get. Sometimes I have to use my teeth, but I can actually use 2 hands and get that opened. And this I'm going to toss in the sink. Set that aside for a minute. And that I can make once the bacon is done. And I need to get paper towel for the bacon. Alright, we're still recording. I was going to try and turn the camera off. Okay, so we've got paper towels, doubled up paper towel to put the bacon on, and then a second single layer to put on top to sop up some of the grease. And you can see I've got my glove, and if you can see underneath that, I've got the spatula ready to go. And when you see our bacon is looking good. Yeah, right now I've got this camera up on top of my air fryer, and because I don't, like I was saying before, I don't have my tripod. It is actually, I had some tin foil out, so I took the tin foil and I wadded it up underneath so that the, oh yeah, that's going along. Oh, I wish you could smell this. If you had smell-o-vision, you'd be loving this. And, but at any rate, underneath this camera, I've got some tin foil wadded up so I can get the angle down. This camera, I've got my short 12-inch little adjustable tripod. And I was getting a little frustrated setting things up, but I think we're doing okay. Right on. Now, once I move up to start making the burger, I will change the camera angle. Actually, I'll change that here shortly. Get this guy out of there. I can hear my silly dog out there barking. Alright. That's good enough. I've got to get some better lighting, I believe. Better lighting, I do believe. Alright. Oh, this bacon's coming right along. Oh, this is just finishing up. I'll show you. I use this. It's kind of like a glove, but it's what they call a wrap. I'm sorry. I use my teeth for everything, but I'm able to put my thumb in through. The thumb is the only thing that actually goes through like a finger sleeve. And then that's Velcro, actually, it's too tight. I'll need this to run the spatula, and I'll show you how I do that here in a minute. But this bacon is just about ready. So I will. Alright, actually, this piece is ready. So on the paper towel. No, they're all ready. If you didn't know, when you're cooking things, they're still hot coming out of the oven, coming off of a pan, and they will continue to cook for another minute or so as they cool down. And now I'll put this on top, and so that this pan doesn't get too hot, I will shove this aside. I can touch the pan with the glove, obviously, so it acts as like a oven mitt, but also I just have to be careful of dragging my fingers on the hot surface. Okay, now what I will do is I've got a few paper towels wadded up, and I'm going to come in here and just soak up a lot of the standing grease. I just don't need it. I want the flavor of the bacon, but this is going to be just too much. I gotta be careful I don't burn myself. Alright, I've got this plate over here. We don't have to put that hot grease, just make sure it stays over there. And then bring that back over here. I got the bacon here. And I take the spatula and I put it in the glove so that I can scoop stuff out. And what I'll do is I'll scoop it right out of the container, and then I will lay it into the, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till the clock turns. There it goes, it just turned. And I'll note what time it is. 5:38. So what I'm going to do is keep this on here. And I want to make sure the bottom of this, it's not sticking to the pan. And there we go. And this is about a 1/2 inch thick. Okay, that's a little less, like I'd say 7/16. But in millimeters, it's about 10 or 11 millimeters thick. If you want your food to be, say you're cooking meat, and what you want to do, I learned this from an Australian guy, you want it, for every millimeter thick of your meat, you want to cook it 1 minute to make it like medium rare-ish, on medium heat. So what I've got this set at, actually I'm going to turn this up just a touch. Turn that heat back up to like, it was at 3, now I've got it on 4. And it's on a small burner. It's electric cooktop, and this front one you can either use it as the whole full, like 8 or 10 inch circle, or you can choose to have use the small burner up front, which I do. And now every minute you want to flip this thing over. All right. So I'm going to go for about 10 minutes. I'm going to go to 5:48, and every minute I'm going to flip this over. And what's going to happen is, well, it's going to come out the way I'd like it, and it's going to cook it as evenly as I can possibly make it. So what I'll do is I'll keep an eye on this for the next, I'm watching the clock on the stove. Of course, yours, I don't know if you can read it or not, but and make sure that thing sticks down. That's good. 5:40. Easier for me to use this upside down. It gives me a better angle of approach compared to having to the other way and having to it's harder for me to come at a much steeper angle. I have much less control. Nothing new. 5:48, time to pull this burger out. Alright, I'm going to dab it on the paper towel a little bit. And then onto the cheese. Push this off of the heat so it doesn't scorch. Leave the spatula right there. Turn that off. That was the easiest that ever happened. Alright, and next I can go ahead and make my sandwich. What I will do is, let's see, bacon looks pretty darn good. I'm going to put some bacon on the burger. And this is actually perfect. It wants to break right down the middle. I think that'll be enough. This one, like Homer Simpson says, the food goes in here. Now, I don't normally use ketchup. Well, I might. I just have a hard time squeezing the bottle. And I can't find the old school kind of ketchup where it doesn't have the Oh, the bottles are upside down. I'll put a little more cheese on there. All right, now this is I think it's a 8-ounce burger. I've got 3 slices of thick cut bacon and about 4 ounces of cheddar cheese and the bun. And that all total gives me about 40 grams of protein in a meal. The burger is 20, half of that. We've got 12 in the I've got 3 strips of bacon, so there's 18. Actually, there's more than 4. This is like a 50-gram burger. So we've got 20, 18 from the bacon. That gives us 38. And then we've got 6 grams of protein from the cheese, which is 6, 38, 44. And then the roll has actually got 6 grams of protein in it. That gives us an even 50 grams of protein. And and hey, that's how I make a bacon cheeseburger. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate you checking out my world. If you want, please check out some other videos of mine. I'd appreciate it. And, adapt, overcome, and keep on keeping on.